Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out. Y'all are just gonna have to excuse me this week, cause I'm telling you, I'm usually a very nice person, and I hate to kick a dude when he's down. But when that dude is notorious for like beating up chicks and kicking them when they're on the ground, I gotta kick in the door waving the 4-4. So peep this. Over the last 20 to 30 years, there have always been rumors and speculation that P. Diddy is a corrupt dude who amassed his multi-million-dollar fortune by doing people dirty. And a few people have tried to expose him, like Fat Joe, DMX, and Jaguar WRIGHT, but none of their stories really had an effect on Diddy's money, power, or respect, because none of them really had a smoking gun, and they certainly don't know where the bodies are buried. Do you remember some of the things they said?
Puff Daddy is the king of deception.
Yeah.
Every time we was in the party, he was throwing his fucking champagne, his vodka in every picture. He was so we didn't know. We like, yo, he's a great guy. This is a great party. This is a great, yo, give me your clothes. I'ma rock it in the video, yo. Sean John sold 400 million.
Yep.
The champagne, this. Boy, the joke's on us.
Do you have any memories of Biggie?
I only met him once.
Tell us about that.
Well, the Locks got signed before I did. Even though I bought the Locks to our riders, they got signed. They were a safer group. Puff signed them. And it was a blessing and a curse because they were sure they were happy about getting signed first, and they were on the Benjamins and shit was going. But then he made them jiggy and put them in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and raped them. Wow. Like, damn. I'm glad I didn't, you keep that. I never saw Biggie smile until after he died.
Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim, she was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting? You wanna know what they all had in common though? They were all writing tell-all books. And I'll Be Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? There's too many coincidences. Fuck you, Honeycomb. We gonna get you and your little dog too. Run as fast as Cassie did.
Yo, Jaguar WRIGHT is off the hook. But check this out. In light of Cassie's lawsuit, allegations, and settlement, a lot of things have changed, and there's a chink in the armor of that shiny suit. And now, Diddy is over there Harlem shaking in his boots, because there are a few people out there who know his dirty little secrets, and these people know enough that if and when they decide to speak, they can cause his whole empire to collapse. So today, we're going to be looking at 10 people that can potentially bring down Diddy. And listen, before we start, let me tell you, these people are in no particular order. 1. Fonzworth Bentley. Listen, Fonzworth Bentley done seen some things. And if you don't remember, or you're too young to remember, in 2001, Derek Watkins, aka Fonzworth Bentley, started working for Diddy and served as his dapper and distinguished, umbrella-toting personal assistant, right-hand man, and hype man. Diddy hired Bentley as part of his personal entourage in order to help him clean up his act after he was acquitted of gun possession and bribery charges stemming from the shooting in a nightclub in 1999. Fonzworth Bentley, who has always been thought to be one of hip-hop's most sophisticated gentlemen, was at Diddy's right-hand side day and night for 3 years until he hung up his umbrella in 2004. Now, this is where it gets interesting. After Diddy settled the lawsuit with Cassie for an unspecified amount of millions, Fonzworth Bentley popped back up on the internet like Mary Poppins out of nowhere and left a very cryptic post that has now since been deleted that many people suspect was directed at Diddy. Check this out.
Come on, children. Give us a hand. Count
count to 20 if you can.
Come on, children. Don't be shy. You can count to 20 if you're trying.
Now, a lot of people are speculating that the focus on the number 20 is actually Fonzworth Bentley's way of saying that Cassie may have gotten $20 million. But I don't think so. I think that what Fonzworth Bentley is saying is either one, Diddy, you better pay me $20 million to keep my mouth shut, or there's 20 more like women or bodies that are getting ready to fall out of Diddy's closet. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the significance of the number 20? 2. Al B. Sure. Oh, I'm sure Al B. Sure knows something. Aside from the fact that Al B. Sure ended up in a coma after starting to film a tell-all documentary, ever since Kim Porter's death, Al B. Sure has been trying to tell us all how he feels about Diddy night and day. Starting with his now deleted Instagram post that said, quote, "The morning of the Soul Train Awards. I just found this footage from the morning I learned of Lady KP's, aka Kim Porter's murder, and how it ripped my soul from my physical body. I was on my way to film the pre-show packages for the BET Awards with Tisha Campbell Martin and Tachina Arnold when I received a call from PR icon Queenie Donaldson asking me if I was okay and did I hear the news." End quote. Now, if you notice, ever since Al B. Sure posted that first message, he keeps jumping back online and posting these super cryptic messages that you need like a secret decoder ring from the cereal box to decipher. But I believe that Kim Porter told Al B. Sure a whole lot of dirt on Diddy before she passed away. But he has to be very careful about how he discloses the information because one wrong move could potentially put his son Quincy in jeopardy. Remember, Diddy legally adopted Quincy when he was 3 years old. 3. Stevie J. Oh, Sleezo knows something. Sleezo definitely knows something, and it wouldn't surprise me if Stevie J was present at some of those freak-offs, because Stevie J and P. Diddy have been partnering up for years. I mean, they go back a long way, and Stevie knows some secrets. I mean, these two are practically one and the same. Remember this?
Oh my God, my favorite artist, Puff Daddy. Oh my God, it's Puff Daddy, boy. Puff Daddy, boy. What's up, Puff Daddy, baby? P. Diddy, do the dance, man. Take that, take that. Damn.
I am Puff Daddy.
You Puff Daddy?
The real one.
The real Puff Daddy?
Oh,
okay.
Yo, Stevie J does not look anything like Puff Daddy, so whoever that was really wilding out right there. 4. Keefe D. Keefe D has been a legend for years that P. Diddy offered him $1 million to take out Tupac. Check this out.
Keefe D, the $1 million question.
On all 4 of those occasions, there's San Diego, Anaheim, Irvine, and Vegas. Which ones do you actually talk to Puffy at?
Every one.
Every one of them. Which of those 4 is it when you talk to him about murdering Tupac?
It was really about both of them. Either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah, Anaheim.
After a concert in Anaheim, Keefe D claims that he attended a party with Puffy in a hotel suite.
So it's Pharrell, you, Puffy, Zip, and a bunch of Southsiders. And what Puffy makes kind of an announcement?
Yeah, that was stupid as hell too, you know.
What did you actually hear? What was the words? If the best you can remember what he says.
Shit, he said he'd give us anything for them dudes, you know? Yeah.
He'll give you anything for these guys' head?
Yeah, he said it in front of all those people. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
In Anaheim?
Yeah. Whole home full of Crips.
So this is after Jake got killed. So he was on point. He was worried about something happening.
Yeah.
She had miles off about a bunch of different stuff. So he was scared.
He was scared to death. Yeah.
Okay.
A few months later, at Greenblatt's Deli, Keefe D claimed that Puffy Combs furthered the solicitation.
What happened that made it something other than just him frustrated and boasting? Man, I'll give you guys anything. I mean, what made it a specific, like, hey, I'm serious, I want you guys to kill these guys? I mean,
when he told me the greenback.
How's it go? How's the conversation go? I mean, okay, listen, I'll do it, but I need $500,000, or, you know, I've got somebody who will do it, but I need $300,000. I mean, we need really specific details regarding that.
Yeah, we wanted $1 million.
You said you walked downstairs. Did he say, come meet me downstairs?
Yeah, he said, come on downstairs and talk to me.
Oh, he tells you seriously, man, I need to get rid of these guys. I mean, he's looking at you in the eyes and he's like scared.
Yeah.
So in your opinion, the specific reason he asked you to come downstairs and talk to him was about that thing, not about liquor or anything. It was about that.
You tell him we'll do it for $1 million, and he's like, okay, I'll do it for $1 million. He agrees. You shake on it or something like that.
Yeah.
What happened?
He like, man, we'll wipe their ass out quick. You know, it's nothing.
Who brought up the amount of $1 million?
Shit, he did.
P. Diddy, what do you have to say about that?
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, well, that was then, and this is now. P. Diddy better pray to whoever he prays to that during Keefe D's trial, Keefe D cannot furnish not one receipt to back up his story. Because I'm telling you, if somehow Keefe D does manage to pull out a receipt like a rabbit from like a magician's hat during that trial, it's a wrap for P. Diddy. 5. Jimmy Henchman. For all you out there who don't know who Jimmy the Henchman is, Jimmy is often referred to as the boogeyman of hip-hop. And he's the dude that allegedly set up Pac at Quad Studios and also put 9 in 50 Cent. But I'm not going to tell you about Jimmy. I'll let Jimmy tell you about himself.
We're here with the Henchman, Midtown, downtown Manhattan. I'm sitting here with Jimmy Henchman. Most of y'all probably don't know who he is, but he's a mogul in this industry who gets bulletproof love. We'll talk about that more. So let us know who are the Henchmen.
The Henchman is basically a bunch of producers. The basic concept of Henchman was that, it would be a production company facilitating beats for the industry. And that's how basically the Henchman organization was established. But the Henchman, you mean what the meaning of Henchman is?
Tell us, yeah.
The meaning of Henchman basically is, a loyal companion, a loyal soldier, a loyal friend, a trusted friend, all of those good things. Sometimes people takes this name Henchman and they try to make it seem like that it's something dark, some kind of villain or something, but Henchman doesn't mean none of that to us, Basically, I did. And at the time which was a decade ago when I was trying to come up with a name that was street, and could do the same things in the music industry, Puffy had already took Bad Boys. That was always like something in the back of my mind, so I needed something just as dope as the Bad Boy name. So I thought Henchman was good enough for that, that where I could still keep my edgy streetness and then blend in into the music business.
And when did the organization start? Like what time?
Around 10 years ago, around 1990.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been in the game about 10 years now.
Okay.
About 10 years now.
Tell us a little more about what the Henchmen stand for.
Like I said, the Henchmen stand for being a good friend. Okay. One of the things that we've always facilitated was that we've always been good friends to those who've been in this business. We've been the friends to the Russell Simmons, to the Lears, to the the Andre Harrells, and even to Puffy. And those, and that's what we are. That's what we do best. Is that we're their friends. We talk to them when they need somebody to talk to.
When they usually need somebody to talk to.
There's all kind of different ways. Like, always when you making that transition, people want to utilize the part of you that they think you know best. And a lot of time, you know, if you come from the streets, that's what they want to utilize. But you know, the thing is too is that and that's what I think a lot of these dudes in the industry, and then there's some dudes in the streets that they don't understand what beef really is. It's like, how do you walk around and saying you got beef with a guy, but a guy is you still seeing the guy, and you know what I'm saying? And you're just waiting for him to kill you, or you waiting for a chance to kill him. That's not really beef. That's just some, you know, you waiting for a nigga to turn his back, and you know what I'm saying? That's how the Italians kill dudes. Some coward ass murders, you know. When a nigga get in the front seat, you want to choke him out or shoot him in the back of the head. But that's that coward murder shit. So.
That's interesting. Why is the dude who just facilitates beats talking about murders? Now, I'm sure that Jimmy lives by certain street codes that prevent him from being a snitch. But if he ever did decide to flip, he could make P. Diddy his biatch. Because I'm sure he knows some dirt on Diddy that would make P. Diddy pee in his pants instead of whizzing on Young Miami. Oh, wait a minute. I might have spoke too fast, because according to WAC 100, the feds have offered Jimmy the Henchman like 8 or 9 proffer agreements, aka Queen for a Day agreements, and guess who he mentioned? P. Diddy. Check this out.
Now this is where it gets weird. So we know what Jimmy Henchman did. We know, you know, he was known as a, you know, big old drug kingpin, whatever, you know what I mean? They showed him 8 of his affiliates, cocaine suppliers. They had him agree to certain murder plots that they were involved in, included in. But it says during a debriefing session with the federal investigators, Jimmy Henchman, also known James Roseman, the music manager turned cocaine kingpin, was reportedly questioned about the sexual preferences of entertainers, including whether Sean Diddy Combs was having sexual relationships with underage boys, according to the United States District Court filing. So it's filed on paper that they actually asked him about Diddy's dealing with underage boys. Now, why would they ask Diddy about why would they ask him about Diddy's dealings with underage boys? And why did they say that a number of other big name entertainers, you know, we had R. Kelly kind of hint and insinuate that he ain't the only that's been moving foul, right? But Diddy's name was implemented in this. Like, what the is going on? New York, I need some answers. Any insight on what the going on with Puff?
Hey man, is this new documents, man, with the Diddy thing with Jimmy Henchman, man? Is this a new document?
This goes back to 2013.
Nah, that's the thing. I ain't never heard about this.
I ain't never heard about this. Is this like a new? How many proffers you said this dude did, man?
It was 8. It was 9 proffer agreements.
8 or 9 of them.
Damn.
Listen, Jimmy Henchman is currently serving 100 years in jail for offing some dudes, and I mean, it didn't have anything to do with Diddy. But if Jimmy Henchman should ever decide to disclose what he does know about Diddy, I mean, Diddy can stick a fork in it. He's done. 6. Misa Hilton. Misa Hilton is Puffy's first son Justin's mom's, and Misa has already been teetering on the edge after Justin Combs went out there driving a car drunk and got a DUI while under Puffy's care. Now, after her son got cuffed up, Misa Hilton Brim jumped online and she was like, "Puffy, you done effed up." And Misa said, quote, "Act bad? I'm not protecting no one anymore, just my son. I'm not with none of that reality TV-ish. When is enough enough? Yeah, okay, and all the children. I love a come to Jesus moment. Act bad? Bad boy? I used to want to be a bad girl, chose to be a queen, tried and true. I'm not perfect, but I am intentional." The statement, "a fish rots from the head down," means that in addition to being a major contributing factor in a family or organization's success, leadership is also the root cause of its failure and demise. The truth shall set you free. I should have kept my child with me. F UCLA too. Everybody can get it. How you gonna go from being one of the greatest to ever do it to making all your money off alcohol and suing a damn alcohol company? Sell something healthy that builds people up. I'm sick of it. Not mine's. Everybody has to sit around for years and act like there isn't anything wrong with you. This is where the buck stops for me. If anything ever happened to my son, God forbid, what is anyone going to say to me when we all know whose fault it would be? And Christina, if you ever try to handle me again, I will go straight across your head. Stay out the way. You a nice person. Everyone is tough until it's time to be tough. I do realize that clarity and context are important. You want to do reality TV? Okay, let's be real then. Let's lay it all out then, starting from the top. Yeah, Diddy don't want no smoke with Misa Hilton, cause I have a feeling if she really wanted to, she could burn his whole castle down with a strike of one match. 7. Clive Davis. Diddy knows that he who gives you the keys to the kingdom and $15 million to start Bad Boy Entertainment for supposedly no favors in return, and he who was also a 50-50 partner in said record label, can snatch those keys back whenever he wants to. Because if Diddy is the prince of like dirty record deals, Clive Davis is the king. And Clive does not care nothing about you, because if you just so happen to fall by the wayside, he will still party like your black behind never existed. Remember what Shaka Khan said he did with Whitney?
You were, I think, going to go to the Clive Davis party.
Yes.
It was a surreal event where Whitney's body was still in the hotel, and there was this sort of party where apparently half the room were in tears, the other half were kind of partying. What did you feel about that?
I thought that was complete insanity.
And listen, on top of them like partying downstairs while Whitney's body was still upstairs, Jaguar WRIGHT told you that Clive Davis is Diddy Daddy.
But he got a boss too, and his boss name is Clive Davis. Clive run him. Diddy don't run himself. But you know.
And that brings us to 8. Kimora Lee Simmons. Diddy's baby mama, Kim Porter, passed away at the age of 47 on November 15, 2018 at her Toluca home in California. Her cause of death was determined to be pneumonia by the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner. However, many people, including Kimora Lee Simmons, have their doubts and have suggested that the circumstances surrounding Kim's death are very suspicious, especially since it was reported that she was writing a tell-all book about Diddy. And she died in her 40s, similar to her close friend Erica Kennedy, who also passed away in her 40s shortly after writing a tell-all book about Diddy. And all of that was a little sus, especially since both Kim and Erica's death were preceded by music executive and Kim's ex, Shakir Stewart, who allegedly offed himself after being blackmailed by somebody unknown who threatened to release a tape of him doing something that he might not want to go public. Now, Kimora Lee Simmons knew all three, and after Kim Porter's mysterious death, she was one of the first people to get to Kim Porter's house. And when she left, she posted a cryptic message which many believe was aimed at P. Diddy, which said, quote, "As you sow, so shall you reap," end quote. Now, if Kimora does know something, right now, she's holding it very tight to her baby fat vest. But rest assured, if she should ever decide to speak, what Kimora Lee Simmons is going to say is going to be explosive. I mean, more explosive than the TNT that P. Diddy allegedly put on Kid Cudi's car. And I know, somebody's going to come in the comment section like, Sauce, this is absolutely ridiculous. How in the world was P. Diddy supposed to know that Kim Porter was writing a tell-all book? Well, I'll tell you. Because allegedly, P. Diddy was bugging and listening in to Kim Porter's house. Check this out.
Speaking of Kim Porter, because you knew Kim Porter, is it true that Diddy broke her nose?
Bust her nose, man. You know, but it was all, you know, insecurities. Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity.
9. Drake. Drake is on this list for one reason and one reason alone, and that is this. Drake better had been over there in Canada digging up some dirt on Diddy so that he could bring his empire down. Cause I'm telling you, don't no grown behind man just let P. Diddy pimp slap him in the face in public, in the middle of the street, in front of their peers, and just get over it like it's all good. Drake better had been back there like digging up some dirt on Diddy. Nah, but on the real, 9 is actually Diageo. As you know, P. Diddy filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against the London-based liquor brand whose beverages include Johnny Walker, Don Julio, Smirnoff, De Leon, and even Ciroc, which Diddy fronted like he flat out owned for years. In his suit, Diddy accused the company of pigeonholing the black brands that make him money and allegedly violating an equal treatment provision in their contract. In a subsequent complaint, Diddy said that Diageo had blackballed him from the spirit industry over his claims, and he also said that the company was sending him a message that if he speaks, they're gonna punish him. Welp, Diddy spoke, and now the multi-billion-dollar company is punishing. Listen, Diddy better have hid all of those alleged freak-off tapes very well, because when the private eyes that Diageo has probably hired to gather dirt on him get through digging through his trash, they may have not only enough evidence to assassinate his character, but to also end his glory days for good. Listen, that multi-billion-dollar company is not playing with Diddy, and they probably got like representatives standing outside his house right now talking about, "Bad boy, come out and play." And finally, 10. 10 isn't necessarily a person. 10 is an organization that is commonly known in the streets as the Feds. Do you remember when Kanye called out P. Diddy and said that he was a Fed when he was on Drink Champs? I mean, if you don't remember, let me remind you.
I don't got no celebrity friends because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
Gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you gonna go pull my coat car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now.
Now, when Kanye West said that, everybody kind of shook it off and we're like, yo, Kanye wildin'. But it appears that Kanye might not be wildin', because did you know that P. Diddy's father used to be a federal informant? Now check this out. In 2014, when P. Diddy stood in front of the campus at Howard University, primming and preening in his cap and gown, ready to accept his honorary degree, he gave a very touching story about how his father once inspired him. Take a listen.
My world was changed here at Howard. On my second day of school, I learned something that would change the course of my life forever. I don't talk about this often. I was raised by a single mother in Harlem. My dad, Mr. Melvin Combs, died when I was 3 years old. My mother always told me that he died in a car accident. But something about that, it just didn't feel right. Something was in my soul that was telling me otherwise. So as soon as I got here, I went to the library and I did some research. I used the microfilm at Founders to search through all the newspapers. And when I typed in my father's name and the day he died, I read in the Amsterdam News that he had been murdered and a drug deal going bad. Right there in that library, I realized there's nothing greater than a mother's love and desire to protect her child. Nothing. I also decided that I would live my life in a way to make her proud. I decided to embrace the entrepreneurial spirit of my father but in an honest way. God bless you, Melvin Combs. I could feel you right next to me. But in an honest way, in a legal way. By earning, scraping, working harder, believing in myself. And most importantly, making the most of the blessings that God blessed me with.
Now, what Diddy didn't reveal to all of those graduates who were over there looking up at him is the part of the story that was later disclosed by Gene Deal. Gene, please tell him the story.
So now, he said Puff father used to work with our crew, but he was coming in as an underling. When he got to the point where he was making a little money, he got trusted with a little bit more weight. Puff father got caught in a sting. And when he got caught in the sting, they did a take confession and made a written statement out of all the people that he was under in their crew. The cop snitched on Puff father and told New York Freddie that he did a written statement and a tape confession and said the only reason he was doing it because he had to go to a wedding. You can't make this shit up. He said the only reason he was doing it because he had to go to a wedding. It wasn't his wedding. It was one of his best friends. One of his best friends that bought him in the game. It was one of his best friends that was getting married that he didn't want to miss the wedding, so he told. And New York Freddie, when he got the information, he went to the best friend. He said, you gotta go. I want him out of here. New York Freddie told me this himself. God bless the dead, he's dead now. I could tell him. I didn't tell him until after he died. So now, he told him he had to go. So now, I still ain't opened my mouth. I was listening. Like old boy said, God gave you 2 ears, 1 mouth. Sometimes you better know how to shut your mouth. I'm listening to New York Freddie. Puff father wasn't a hustler all like they were saying, like he was like this motherfucker, Frank Lucas. Yeah, Puff Dad, he just saying that shit because Diddy was big like he is right now. He was an underling. He was an underling. New York Freddie said, the nigga who killed him was the one who was crying the hardest at the funeral, carrying the casket. He's dead now too. The one who killed him was at the funeral carrying the casket. Freddie Myers said the one who killed him
was crying the hardest at the funeral carrying the casket. Nigga, Freddie was a gangster.
Wow, that is absolutely ruthless. And listen, I think it's very horrible that Diddy's father passed away the way that he did, because I don't wish for any kid to grow up without their father. But the story is important because some people now believe that in the case of Diddy, this might be a case of father like son, and that Diddy may have been working as a federal informant in the hip-hop community for all of these years. And now that we have entered into an age of self-snitching, and Diddy kinda got way too big for his Versace britches, the feds may not need him anymore. So whereas he used to have protection, which is why he has never been convicted of any of his crimes, those days are over. And now they're gonna let him crash and burn until he loses each and every one of those $1 billion that he earned while he was operating under their protection. Look, if what Kanye West said is true, and P. Diddy is a Fed, but the feds are now fed up with P. Diddy, and they decide to no longer offer him protection, then the empire that he has spent all of these years building may be getting ready to fall like a house of cards. He better hope that if this is true, if these rumors are true, he better hope that the feds still need his input. Because I'm telling you, if not, the feds might actually end up being P. Diddy's biggest threat. And I know, you're like, Sauce, this list is okay, but you didn't mention Diddy's bodyguard, Roger Bonds. Listen, that 007 double agent is no threat. Did you see how fast he switched up the other day? His behind probably already took the payoff. Let me show you the before and after. Before?
There comes a time when you're in a situation that may seem like a good situation, but if you're not waking up happy, or if you disgruntled, or you really don't want to be around that person, you find every excuse to get out of there. And I got diabetes. So my excuse was, I can't be with you every day. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm losing weight. I'm doing that. But in reality, it was, I was sick. I was sick of you. I was sick of everything that was going on around you. I was sick of having to cover up everything that you did. I was sick. Cassie spoke on it. She said, yeah, I jumped on it. I jumped in between it. That wasn't the only time. It was other times, and it was other people.
Okay, so now here is the after.
Run right here. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk my truth. I got a lot of blogs that's getting at me, right? But I know they getting at me because what I said about Diddy. But what y'all don't know is, I'm gonna speak my truth. That's what y'all came here for. I wanted to see how many people was gonna start following me. What important people was gonna start following me. And I seen it. I've been fighting for my son's life for the last 10 years. No responses. Nobody came to it. I say I'm gonna tell my truth about Diddy and Cassie, and everybody and their mother start following me. That shit is just crazy. I say I'm gonna tell my truth the other day about other people. I said how Puff got on my nerve and made me sick and I wanted to leave, and y'all just ran with it. But see, I'm gonna show y'all, this ain't about money. This ain't about nothing, yo. This is about the truth. Now I wanna know if y'all can handle the truth. I seen Cassie and Diddy fight. Yeah, I seen them fight just like everybody else fight. Just like I fight. Just like y'all fight with y'all man and y'all fight with your girl.
Listen, Diddy gave this dude like $10, a coupon to KFC, and an old expired gift card to like Sears. And this dude switched his story up with the quickness. Hey yo, let me know which one of these 10 people do you think is really a threat to Diddy? And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And also, share this video out to your friends. And hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.